What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global here, back with another video, and in this one, I want to talk about news coming out that the New England Patriots are interested in free agent wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr., and they will actually be one of a few teams that will actually be attending Odell Beckham Jr.'s workout, in which essentially he's going to be running routes, catching some passes, basically showing NFL teams, hey, I'm back. I'm ready to play football. Don't give me a 1-year, $5 million deal because I can still be a #1 wide receiver. And I think that's exactly what he's doing because, even at the trade deadline and even a little bit after, like right before playoffs, teams were still interested in Odell. There were several teams that were interested in him. It was just up to him to actually sign that deal. But he decided not to. One, because he wanted to be fully healthy and ready for the start of the 2023 season. But also, I don't think he was given a contract that he felt was worth playing for. So I think ultimately this workout session is to show NFL teams that, yeah, I might be 30, and he'll actually be 31 come November. But despite that age, he still has enough left in the tank. The ACL injury, I believe it was, in the Super Bowl just a little over a year ago now, was something that isn't going to affect him today. Now, like I said, the Patriots are 100% going to have competition for Odell, and we don't exactly know officially every single team that's going to be there, but we do know at least some of the teams that are going to be present for this workout. So we know the Patriots are going to be there, but we also know the Bills are going to be there. We know the Giants are going to be there. The Ravens are going to be there, and the Jets are going to be there. So it seems like every single team other than the Dolphins, at least to this point, are going to be present for Odell's workout session. And actually, while recording this video, I just have news dropping right now. According to CBS Sports, Jonathan Jones, he says that there was about 12 teams that were there. One of the teams that wasn't there was the Cowboys, which is very surprising because they've been on the OBJ sweepstakes the entire time. But the other teams that were there, so we have the Panthers, the Giants, the Patriots, the Rams again would like to have a reunion with him, the Cardinals, 49ers, Bills, Chiefs, Vikings, Browns, and Ravens. And of course, like I mentioned, also the Jets. Now, of course, the team could still be interested in OBJ and just not attend the workout, but I do believe that teams that did attend the workout are probably on a higher level of interest. So if we specifically go off of the teams that were interested, there's only a plethora that I think actually have a real chance to land. Now, the Giants, I think, are an excellent option for OBJ. That's easily within my top 3 destinations for him. I think that's very, very realistic with how, just successful they become in the last year. Daniel Jones being paid, I believe, tied for the 7th highest quarterback, which is unbelievable. Obviously, the Patriots have been linked back to Odell year after year after year. A lot of respect between Belichick and Odell. Obviously, if Brady was here, Odell would have been a Patriot a long time ago. Unfortunately, Brady's not here. So the question would be, is Mac good enough to lure Odell to actually come play for the Patriots? I don't think he goes back to the Rams. They're in a rebuilding mode. They're not going to be successful at all. I don't see him wanting to join there. The Cardinals, kind of that same situation. I don't know why he'd want to go to the Cardinals. They're kind of everywhere right now, from top to bottom, to coaching to players, to their starting quarterback in Kyler Murray. The 49ers could be a real good place for Odell. I could see him easily going there. The Bills are another place I could see him going. The Chiefs are another place that I could see him going. I could see a world in which he goes to the Vikings. I just don't think that's ultimately where he goes. He's going to at most be wide receiver 2 with Justin Jefferson taking over as wide receiver 1. He's definitely not going to the Browns. He's already been there, done that. And then it comes to the Ravens, in which it's a tough situation. I think he wouldn't mind playing there, but receivers just don't exactly work out there because it's a run-first offense with a run-first quarterback. As for the Jets, I don't think Odell would be interested in playing there unless they got Aaron Rodgers. If they have Aaron Rodgers, then I think Odell very well could wind up in New York. So cross your fingers that doesn't happen. Now, when it comes to the Patriots side of things, because that's what you're here for, that's what you're here to listen about, I do think that there's a realistic world in which the Patriots do go after Odell. Like I said, they've wanted him for several years, and the Patriots have never shied away from guys who were 30 or even a little bit older. New England needs help at the wide receiver position. That's no secret. It's also no secret that the team openly would rather bring in a veteran, bring in a guy free agency or trade-wise, rather than drafting a guy, which I personally 100% agree with, and I think you all should also. I think the Patriots are also at a position where they have some perimeter wide receivers, so Odell doesn't have to come in and specifically be a perimeter wide receiver. You have Tyquan who can play the outside. You have Devontae Parker who can play on the outside. Jacoby's likely to leave, so while a lot of Patriots fans are here in their mock drafts drafting a perimeter wide receiver, you should be looking more into a slot receiver because that's where Jacoby performs most of the time. That's where the Patriots really like to operate, and that's where New England's going to need a lot of help. Luckily for them, Odell at 5'11" is what I would consider more of a slot receiver. He likes to work a lot within the middle of the field, but he's so versatile that he can easily play the perimeter, but he can also play the slot. So it's one of those versatile moves where, you could play Kendrick Bourne on the outside and then have Odell in the slot, or you could have Kendrick Bourne working in the middle of the field in the slot position and have Odell on the outside, maybe opposite of a Devontae Parker, and I think that's a really good three-punch. Is Odell in his prime? No. Is Odell elite like he used to be? Is he making these crazy, insane, one-handed catches like he did with the Giants? No, but he's still a very good wide receiver. Like, if the Patriots sign Odell, you don't have to worry about him coming in and performing like Devontae Parker or, Kendrick Bourne. He's going to come in, he's going to make big plays, and I honestly think that he easily comes in and becomes the Patriots' #1 wide receiver. My biggest question for Odell is, how is he going to be coming off of that ACL injury? I don't think it's going to be something that messes with him too much because he's 13 months removed from that ACL injury. He took the entire season off this past year when he did not need to. Now, because Odell does work with his speed a little bit, but I think he's more of a technician, I will be curious to see how that speed is affected by that ACL injury, which is why I'm excited to see how this workout goes. Because although Odell Beckham is not a, air quote speedster wide receiver, that's not exactly the type of receiver you'd categorize him in. He is still a fast receiver that works a lot with that quick area speed into his breaks and into his cuts. So I'll be curious to see how much that's affected. But as far as him not playing football in a little over a year, that personally doesn't concern me. My questions more so come to how is he going to perform since that ACL injury and how is that speed affected, and not so much, hey, he hasn't played football in a while, because it's Odell. And we've seen players miss a lot longer than Odell come back and still be fine. So it's only been a year. A lot of players miss a season's worth of football. I'm really not that worried about it. I think from a realistic standpoint, what this is going to come down to is going to be money. Because if Odell's looking to cash out, he's not going to get that from the Patriots. Unfortunately for New England, if they really do want him, they're going to have to throw up some money. Now, they do have the money, but will they be willing to give that up for Odell? That's the question. Because Odell's going to be a highly thought upon wide receiver in this wide receiver free agency market because there's really no good wide receivers this year. This is not a good wide receiver class, and it's not a good free agency class, so guys are going to get overpaid. That's why guys like Jacoby Myers are likely to leave New England, because he's going to get overpaid. Odell is easily a top 5 wide receiver on this free agency market, and honestly, I would consider him top 3 pretty easy in my mind. I think he still has it in him. He showed when he was with the Rams that he still had it in him. But what are your guys' thoughts? Do you want the Patriots to sign him? Do you not want the Patriots to sign him? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to leave a big like on this video and subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. But like always, appreciate you guys for watching, and go Pats.